This is the aftermath of the Philadelphia Eagles and New England Patriots Super Bowl. Shannon and Skip will discuss and tell us what they thought about it and their what they seen. But what I seen yesterday was a good Super Bowl. It was up and down, back and forth. A lot of points scored in this Super Bowl between both teams. New England did what they always do, scored and kept coming, kept their foot on the throttle. The Eagles took the lead early, but the Patriots were able to take the lead in the ending of the game. But the Eagles made a great defensive play to get the victory for the Eagles, and I give Nick Foles a lot of credit for being a backup quarterback coming in for Carson Wentz with 6 games to go, led the team through the playoffs, and then won the Super Bowl ultimately.
Welcome to Undisputed. We're live from Los Angeles. I'm Joy Taylor, here with Skip Bayless and Uncle Shay, otherwise known as Shannon Sharp.
I don't understand.
Man, look at Shannon Sharp with these black and miles and his stocking cap on his head. Shannon, he loves to stick it to Skip, man. I really believe Shannon does better than Stephen A. Smith did when Stephen A. and Skip was on the show together, First Take. Shannon, he keeps and puts Skip Bayless more on his heels than Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, for the most part, he just had a lot of dialogue and never really took him so long to get to his point that he lose you in giving his point or attempting to give his point. He just had so much hot air that you forgot a lot what he said. And Skip used to me, routinely outdo Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has some good moments, but Skip usually come out on top. But Shannon and Skip, they're like equals to each other. They equally get each other. You will see it throughout the show and day after day.
I don't get it. You can't jump.
Skip, what is that?
What are you celebrating?
Life.
We're going to celebrate life today? I can celebrate life.
And you know, it's such a momentous occasion.
What is it?
You know, Joy, talk to Skip. I'm big over here. You know, me and Johnny.
What are you celebrating?
Me and my camera.
What are you celebrating?
Oh, Skip. Me and Johnny all following this up for
Well, I'm glad you finally opened.
For Shannon to be such a workout warrior and goes to the gym, he promotes a lot of drinking. I don't know if he drinks for real, if he's just doing it just for the show, you know, just for entertainment. But it seems like Shannon loves to get his drink on.
Open that bottle down.
You know, Johnny's the stage man. We're gonna handle this after the show.
Johnny's going to handle that.
I want our audience to understand this man across from me is the all-time self-promoting hypocrite. He picked the New England Patriots before the year started, and he picked them on Friday before the Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl. He is now celebrating something that he picked.
Shannon is known for that, man. Shannon, he will jump on a bandwagon in a minute. He will pick a team, and then he will pick another team, and he really tries to hedge his bets. Skip always points out that Shannon is a hypocrite, which he is, man. He just will just pick a team one day, then pick another team the other day, and then just come in on Monday and say, hey, you know what? I told you that team had a chance to win, so he can have both sides of the ledger and just be on both sides of the argument. But Skip is pointing out that, yes, Shannon can be a hypocrite at times.
Again, I just want our audience to understand.
I'm celebrating your misery because I know what's going on inside
It
of
should
you.
be your misery.
No.
It was the all-time cover your you-know-what pick because you didn't want to come in here on Monday and get shamed by Tom
You know
Brady
what?
again.
I'm like North Dakota. I didn't want Foles to win because you will try to undermine once Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think you just got undermined and you're...
Skip pointedly point out that Shannon, he did pick the Patriots, and the reason why I think Shannon picked the Patriots, because if the Patriots would have won the game, because he knows Skip likes the Patriots. Skip would have been all over him if Patriots would have won. So he picked the Patriots, so Skip would have nothing to talk about. But he's gonna celebrate the Patriots loss.
So how you didn't play last
I
night?
know. Usually what he did, throw bowls on.
I refuse to allow you to represent Nick Foles when you pick the Patriots in this game, and you picked the Seahawks at the beginning of the year.
I like birds.
Who are you
I like
picking?
birds. I like Seahawks. I like
You know
Falcons.
what?
I like Eagles.
I'll let you celebrate it.
So neither one is Shannon. Shannon picked. I believe Shannon picked Denver against Seattle for the Super Bowl, and I believe Skip picked. If I'm not mistaken, Skip picked Seattle. No, Skip picked Dallas against the Patriots. So one of Skip teams did make it to the Super Bowl. Shannon had neither team make it to the Super Bowl, so he jumped on the Patriots bandwagon, really wanting the Eagles to win quietly, but he jumped on the Patriots bandwagon so they can win his game, so Skip wouldn't have anything to say. Now that the Patriots lost the game, in essence, Skip still has nothing to say because Skip picked the loser as well.
One before I go. And
Since your pop-up shop is closed, since the NFL season is over, you can celebrate the end of the year.
You know what? And Snoop sent me that thing, Skip.
That thing?
Snoop.
Is that thing?
Hold on.
Yeah, Snoop stuff is up in
Snoop
the
sent me this thing right here. This that Macy's Thanksgiving Day balloon.
Really? But it's medical, right?
You 100 feet over the city.
Well,
Okay.
there's plenty of news over Philadelphia right now, and they're probably still in the streets celebrating like Uncle Shay.
Fly, Eagles,
Let's
fly.
get to it. The Eagles are Super Bowl champions after beating the Patriots 41-33 last night. Nick Foles was named MVP after throwing 3 touchdown passes and even catching a touchdown on a huge 4th down play. Tom Brady threw for a Super Bowl record 505 yards and 3 touchdowns.
As you can see, that play, that trick play that Philadelphia used, the Patriots used the same type of trick play before the Eagles did on a 4th down play that Tom Brady, he dropped it. He didn't catch the ball. And the Eagles did it down at their goal line, and Nick Foles was able to catch it for a touchdown. I thought right then and there that will be the telltale in the game-winning Super Bowl. I thought that right there would be the difference between them winning and losing. When 2 plays like that happen and one doesn't happen for one team, but one happens for the other team, usually the team that cashes in on that type of play usually wins, and the Eagles did win. Even though the Patriots kicker did miss a field goal and he missed an extra point, and the extra point in the field goal that he missed was costly in the game.
The 2 teams combined for over 1,100 yards, the most in any game in NFL history. But in the end, the Eagles defense stepped up with a strip sack of Brady with just over 2 minutes left. And then they knocked down the Patriots' Hail Mary attempt to end it. It's the first Super Bowl title in Eagles history. Let's take a listen to both teams after this epic game.
The big thing that helped me was knowing that I didn't have to be Superman. I have amazing teammates, amazing coaches around me, and all I had to do was just go play as hard as I could and play for one another, play for those guys, and not look at the scoreboard, not look at the time, just go out there and play. Don't worry about it, and can't wait.
I give a lot of credit to Nick Foles. He came in this game with the right mindset. As you can see, he said, I don't have to be Superman. What he's trying to say there is he didn't have to play outside himself. He didn't have to feel like he had to make a miraculous throws or throw through double coverage to try to get touchdowns and try to just play outside himself. He realized what he was, and he played with that within the system, because the Eagles, they obviously got a great system because Nick Foles was able to come in and they were able to still win the Super Bowl even when their starting quarterback, who I thought would have been the MVP if he wouldn't have went down. They showed that their system, they have a system and just not just one player just driving the team. The system allows them to plug in good players to have the ship still float and not sink.
Victory.
Everything that we've been through this season to get to this point, a lot of people, counted us out, but that locker room believed in each other, believed in me, and I got a great staff and great players, and we found a way to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, it does suck. It obviously, it sucks.
See, the game was 9-3 for a little while, and they were going back and forth, the Eagles and the Patriots. And the Eagles did not score, I thought, on the times that they should have scored on their drives. I was saying to myself, they're leaving the door open for the Patriots to come back. The Patriots did score a field goal. Then the Patriots scored a touchdown. And the difference was the Eagles scored a touchdown right before the half. Usually in the Super Bowl, when the Patriots are coming back on teams usually tighten up. They usually play conservative, or they play outside themselves or don't play smart football. But the Eagles, when they got down, they continue to make big plays and they continue to score when to answer the Patriots, and that's what you need to beat the Patriots.
And losing sucks, but that's part of you. You know, you show up and you try to win, and sometimes you lose, and that's the way it goes.
Just wasn't quite enough. We weren't able to perform at our best. Obviously, didn't do a good enough job coaching. Missed a lot of opportunities offensively in the first half. Didn't play good enough defense. Didn't play good enough in the kicking game. Just wasn't quite enough against a good team like Philadelphia.
Shannon, what happened?
I can't wait to hear this.
What happened? The Eagles happened. And Malcolm Butler talking about, what's this issue?
And yes, that's another thing. Malcolm Butler did not play in the game. It was reports that Bill Belichick did not like the way he was practicing, or something happened during the week that he benched Malcolm Butler. You know, Malcolm Butler was the guy that made the play in the Seattle Super Bowl a couple years ago when he made that interception when they should have ran beast mode. When Seattle should have ran beast mode. When Seattle should have ran beast mode, Malcolm Butler made the interception by the throw, and he was the star of that game and became the darling of the Patriots. But all of a sudden, he don't play in the Super Bowl. A guy that played corner for you all year did not play. It was kind of strange, that whole thing. But I think as the days go on, we'll hear more about that.
Ain't no week. Y'all lost this game. I was on the sideline chilling. Skip. We've gone back and forth. You and I joke a lot. And we saw Nick Foles, and we kept harping back. We did see him once go 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. We see him, he was selected to the Pro Bowl. He played well enough in his first playoff game to win, because when he left the field, he had the lead. Drew Brees then drove the team down. They kicked the game-winning field goal. So we knew he had some pedigree.
Yes, Nick Foles, he does have some pedigree. He had a year where he threw 27 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. And like Shannon Sharp said, he went to the playoffs. He was they were beating the Saints, and the defense gave up the game-winning field goal, I believe, and they lost that game. But Nick Foles did play well in that season that he was with Philly. He left and went to the Rams, and I guess he lost his passion for football. He wanted to retire, and then he came back to the Eagles, and then he was a backup to Carson Wentz. He was able to get his opportunity, and he made the most of it. He won a Super Bowl, and he will forever go down in Eagles history for winning the Super Bowl. Now Carson Wentz, you know, he has some shoes to fill. He has to win the Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl or bust throughout his career, because he will be forever, unfairly or fairly, compared to Nick Foles' run to the Super Bowl.
But we saw him leave Philly, go to the Rams, and it got so bad for him, he thought about retiring.